Alright guys, welcome back once again. How are you all doing? I hope all of you are having a good time trading this bullish trend in the market, which was initiated by Bitcoin. So guys, most likely if Bitcoin is able to take out $50,000 on a 3-day opening and a closing basis, we would most likely teleport towards the previous all-time high real quick, guys, real quick. And the ultimate target, if we start this bullish wave right here, right now, is somewhere going to be at $80,000 Bitcoin, right? This is something which could potentially start happening before the end of this month itself. As we keep on getting reaccumulated around these zones, the most of the market is going to be having a good sentiment. And guys, this is, let's just say, this is a perfect sentimental environment, and the technical landscape is looking completely fine as well, which means that if Bitcoin holds $44,000 to $45,000 ranges to the upside, most likely your next leg is going to be towards the upside, guys, because volatility on a lot of time frames have started expanding. And that means, guys, look, volatility expanding on 3-day or 2-day time frame after a very long consolidation means that any direction that begins on these exact moments are going to be sustained. So any price action movement, if Bitcoin takes down $50,000 for good, any price action movement to the upside is most likely going to be sustained, guys. So with that said, we got a lot of things to do in this video. First off, I'm going to jump right into my testnet account on Deribit itself. And you know what, guys, we're simply going to go ahead. We're going to jump into some long exposure in the market for December 31st expiry contracts right here. I'm going to be setting a limit order. Alright guys, $10,000 just getting me 0.2 Bitcoin is kind of unfair, to be honest with you, because guys, look, I'm coming from a time where 0.2 Bitcoin was quite literally nothing, to be honest with you, right? So every single time these days, if I'm trying to take a position in the market, maybe it's going to be 1 Bitcoin or 1.5 BTC worth of exposure, the amount of US dollar value that goes about it is it's just crazy, guys. So sometimes you have to trust your investment bags and let them alone, guys, because your investments and your savings can multifold in the market, potentially to the numbers that your brains would not be able to comprehend at first. Yeah, and then maybe with time you will be able to figure out these market dynamics with your exposure in the market. And guys, essentially it's a process overall, right? Look guys, I think this is not going to stop for this entire video, so please bear with that cut noise going on. I think my neighbors are trying to construct a Taj Mahal on top of it's been going on for 2 days, guys. It's just horrific as of now, right? Okay, all right. So $100,000 worth of exposure on Bitcoin. I'm going to be setting in a bid at, let's say the order books are at 51,000 right here. I'm going to be setting in right here on these levels. So let's see if we can just get a fail right off or not. Order has been submitted, and oh guys, I'm going to be scaling. If I were to be trading, this is not a financial advice, so if you are taking any decisions in the market, guys, you are going to be responsible for any profit or any loss that you incur in the market as a whole, right? Okay, and by the way, guys, this might be looking pretty confusing, but this right here is my option exposure. Okay, I think let me just try to reduce the size of this one right here. Yep, we got it. So this right here is the option contract, guys. There's a video on Deribit that I made. You can take a look at that video, and I was talking about how going for naked long exposure in the market, which essentially is a risk on behavior for any trader or any asset investor in the market, simply going for naked calls in the market is not essentially a good decision overall. But when the overall landscape is changing in crypto assets, guys, these moves can be exponentially. Look guys, essentially your initial liquidity can multifold exponentially if you try to time the market right. Now, I'm not saying that you got to time the market right. You got to be buying at this exact point. Look guys, we can take educated guesses. We can make best guesses in the market with strict risk management before jumping into any position, right? So this one was, guys, look, this option is going to be expiring at 29th of October, and if it expires, let's say if Bitcoin stays above 50,000 by the end of the October, most likely these options are simply going to expire in some amount of profits, right? So this is your naked long exposure on $50,000 strike price, guys. Now that's crazy. In real world, going for naked calls without a strategy, without a hedging strategy, without a straddle, it's kind of like a risky thing to do. But the rewards, the exponential rewards, they do come with risks, guys. They do come with good amount of risks in the market, right? And right now, if Bitcoin is able to sustain above $50,000, you will see that risk on behavior by a crazy amount of fund managers, even institutions jumping back, guys. Look, if Bitcoin really goes over previous all-time high, most likely it's going to trigger a little bit of FOMO once again in that institutional wave, guys. So maybe the money which comes yet another time, that could exponentially scale Bitcoin into maybe $300,000, guys. That could purchase because supply shock, right? We don't got much Bitcoin lying here and there, guys. It's just 5 million BTCs have been lost, guys. And I'm all right. Now, there's one thing which I have to be honest to you guys about. I also play a contribution in those lost Bitcoin, guys. Yes, I have lost some amount of Bitcoin. It was back in the good old days, guys, when I didn't understand. Look, it's a mess, right? Now it's way before I started trading crypto assets as well, so I didn't know much about crypto assets and Bitcoin. And it's gone. It's gone. Essentially, it's gone. You can't recover that anymore. Anyways, guys, the thing is that I'm going to jump in. I'm going to scaling into Bitcoin with a clear-cut risk management, which is going to be any 12-hour candle closure below this entire zone, guys. I'm going to be talking about $47,500 at first. This is going to be triggering the first red bell in my brains that Bitcoin has started going below 40. All right. Wait up. Now, this is your December futures. Let's jump into the real price action, the perpetual contracts right here. So essentially, this zone, guys. If Bitcoin starts trending below 47,000, all right, not much premium going on in the futures, but yeah, if Bitcoin starts taking down this low for good, essentially a daily closure below 47,000 once again would trigger a red bell in my mind, guys. I would be very, very clear that yes, something is wrong in terms of the price action structure, and maybe we need more consolidation onto these levels, guys, which is as clear as it can get. You can talk about this zone being very, very relevant. So if Bitcoin goes below 44,000 for good, that would be problematic, guys. I would say yes, that would be kind of problematic in terms of the mid-term price action, which would mean that maybe we need more accumulation as a whole, and then we can push through, guys. Then we can create that more supply shock behavior in price action, and then we can simply roll to the upside. But until these both levels are being held, you would be looking at a risk on behavior coming from a lot of traders, a lot of investors in the market, guys. And if you're able to manage your risk properly, maybe this could be the time to have a general long exposure in the market. Right now, guys, this is not a financial advice. If you go for a general long exposure, and if tomorrow Bitcoin goes below $44,000, remember, guys, this is how markets work. Nobody knows if nobody, until you're back again, guys, until you're holding a million BTC as a whole, you do not know, or you cannot cause a reversal in the market, right? Which is why have a risk management metric below this price point at first, and a complete exit strategy below 44,000 Bitcoin as a whole, guys. This is something which you can do, and obviously this is not going to be financial advice. So anyways, guys, hit that like if you've not done that. Hit that like, bell, subscribe, all those good things. Do that, and if you can share, that would mean a lot to me, guys. Anyway, links to this exchange down in the description as well, guys. In a BTC dominant environment, most likely these BTC settled futures exchanges are going to pick up in terms of the volume overall, guys. If we see Bitcoin going beyond $100,000 as a whole, most likely all of these exchanges which have their PNL settling on Bitcoin itself, these exchanges, they start picking up, guys. So links to Deribit down in the description. With that said, guys, let's scale back into the December 21 option. I'm going to be winding up this little trade right here. I'm doing a lot of pep talks because Bitcoin is simply sideways, guys. Most likely for the day itself, we could be looking at this sideways to range bound behavior on Bitcoin as a whole, which is why I'm going to be simply putting my bids first at $50,200 for another 100,000 exposure in the market. Let me just round this one off and try to do that. All right, we got the first buy order and second buy order right at the gap right here. But I don't think, guys, look, this is your testnet account. This is a testnet right here, so I don't think that these gaps do have any significance going on as a whole. But I'm going to be simply putting another bid right below the $50,000 on December future itself, because I do believe that illiquidity could cause the price action going down, and it could just simply hit that buy order as a whole, right? So I'm going to jump into 49,500 as let's say as a 2 BTC exposure one more time. Another limit order being set right here. Alright, guys, so one more thing right here. With this amount of equity right here, I'm not going to be interested in putting in stop losses, guys, because I know that the overall picture on Bitcoin, the overall let's say the overall trend on Bitcoin is completely fine above 44,000, guys, which is why I would have all the losses and the mental, let's say, guys, all the mental stop losses are right here planned, that I'm going to be exiting, I'm going to be entering into the market in such a way that it's not going to hurt my equity, even if Bitcoin comes and kills $47,000 level for good, and even if we come back down to $44,000 for good, it's not going to hurt a lot in terms of this equity, guys, because I do feel that most of the rewards, they do not come without any risk in the market, and this looks to me like a risk on price action for Bitcoin itself, guys. So yep, that's my 2 cents. These are my 2 cents on Bitcoin's price action itself. It could happen, it could not happen, but if it does not happen, I'm going to make sure. Look guys, I just made sure that even if it does not happen, it's not going to hurt a lot. Essentially, it's not going to kill a lot of my equity. It's not going to take down a lot of, it's not going to take 20%, 30% out of my chunk as a whole, guys. Because guess what, guys? Guess what? I just placed all the orders which were less than 1x leverage itself, guys. 1x leverage itself. Now, this is an activity which I simply replicate on my real trading accounts as well, guys. I'm not going to be interested whenever I'm going into any futures exposure in the market. I will not exhaust my equity to, let's just say, guys, the full collateral ratio as well. If, for example, if I have $10,000, I will not take a $10,000 position in the market, guys. This is what I'm trying to say. Even if I am managing $50,000 account right here, I would never be interested in just jumping in with that entire stash into one single trade, for that matter, guys. Look, I would be okay going into spot exposure. Like there are some times where you can simply rotate your USDT back into crypto assets for a general risk on behavior. That is something which I would like to do, but in terms of taking these temporary positions in the market, I'm not going to be extending my welcome. I'm not going to be extending my, let's say, my exposure in the market by 20, 30, 40% at max. 40% at max, guys. That is the exposure that I am going to have for any futures trade, right? So you can see, guys, Deribit has all of this sorted out. I got my initial margin at 1.25. So look, guys, nothing as of now. I have set my orders right here, but as of now, this is nothing, guys. Only 2% of my margin is being utilized in the market, guys. This is something which I would like for my equity, so that if Bitcoin crashes by 30%, I don't go haywire and bonkers, and essentially I don't get wrecked, guys. Look, it's not a joke. It's not a joke anymore. These times are times when you have to build yourself, and you have to understand the dynamics, and most importantly, you have to understand your risk tolerance and capacity and function accordingly, guys. And look, if Bitcoin actually scales into $100,000 and beyond, all the risks that you're taking right now in the market most likely are going to pay you off, right? And even if that payoff doesn't come out, risk management will save you from getting killed, right? Alright, guys, with that said, we're going to be jumping straight into the charts right here. Bitcoin on the 3 time frame. Alright, holy shit, just guys, this is my trading behavior as a whole. You can see how do I say, how exposed I am in the market in terms of my stimulated positions and my real positions as well. Yes, guys, I feel that risk management metrics below $40,000 is going to work out as a whole. If we invalidate this whole region right here, essentially, guys, if we invalidate $40,000 as a closing basis one more time, I'm not going to be interested in jumping into net long positions anymore, guys. Most likely I would be back into trading the ranges kind of thing going on once again, a trader behavior as a whole. Right now, if Bitcoin actually takes out $54,000 and $58,000 to the upside for good, I'm mostly going to sit around, guys. I'm simply going to be holding my spot exposure on Bitcoin itself. Now, this is something which I'm doing myself. You guys would have your own strategy, own market plans, own exit strategies as well, for that matter, guys. So have objectives, right? Have objectives in life. So okay, all right. So if you're new into the market, if you're simply new into the market, set a goal for yourself first. Set a goal for yourself. Just don't blindly just get some money and just pour it in the market like that, guys. Look, these things will not work out as a whole. I don't think that having no objective, quite literally no objective in the market, and simply jump in right into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, just like that, without any exit strategy, exit plan, is going to work out in the long term, guys. It's not going to happen. I don't think that it's a good strategy, guys. If you're participating in the market, have objectives right now. Look, guys, let me just simplify this entire statement. What do I mean by objective? You could, I don't know, guys, maybe you really want to invest into stock market and equities, or maybe you want to invest in real estate, or maybe for that matter you want to invest in your own lifestyle as well, so that you can scale your lifestyle according to your earnings. So essentially having an end goal, maybe it could be $100,000 for you, or maybe it could be $10,000 for you as well. So that is supposed to be your goal. That is something which you have to keep up top. And everything else, literally, guys, everything else which we constantly talk about on the charts, all of these levels at the right hand side, the y-axis, all of these things, they come second, guys. These things are secondary, right? First thing is going to be your objective in the market. What the heck are you doing in the market, right? Ask yourself this. Just be very stringent about this fact. Ask yourself that, what the actual heck are you doing in the market? What do you want to do as a whole? Are you just simply trying to buy Bitcoin and crypto assets because FOMO? Because I'm going to miss the train, because I'm not going to make crazy money, because I won't become a millionaire if I don't. Look, if you have these kind of objectives, try to get rid of these things right now, guys. Look, just do that right now. All right, do that right now, because if Bitcoin actually scales into $100,000, this exact attitude most likely is going to kill you. Most likely your trades will go down the gutter with this attitude, right? Okay, let me take a sip of this water before I completely choke on my own saliva. Okay, a lot of pep talks and a lot of, look guys, this is kind of like a one-on-one mentoring going on for you guys. So just capitalize on the information that I'm trying to tell you guys, right? And just adapt yourself according to the markets, and look guys, everything's going to work out. Everything is going to work out. Yes, you will reach wherever the heck you're trying to go in life. You are going to make it. You are going to make it, right? Believe in that, guys. Just believe in that, and the law of attraction will make that possible for you. All right, I'm not just saying just keep on believing and do nothing about it. Just obviously not that. Keep on working, keep on grinding, keep on hustling, and be open to new ideas, thoughts, and everything, guys. Look, these things, your wealth is directly proportional to the openness your brain is able to handle, guys. Just look, if you let more things in your life, money will also come into your life in scaled amounts, in exponential amounts, right? It's just proportional to the, let's say, guys, if you're mentally wealthy, you are going to be proportionately money wise wealthy as well, right? So yep, if you're mentally wealthy, you're going to be materialistic wealthy as well. Lot of stuff, guys, lot of things to talk about. Let me tell you about life. It's a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful thing. Life is all fuck all, guys. If you don't plan out things, life is mostly going to be fuck all, right? So have objectives in the market, guys. All right, so if Bitcoin is actually able to close these levels on a weekly basis, your first target is going to be right here, guys. So we got another good looking trade on the price action, which is going to be a 10% leeway to the upside. But essentially, guys, I'm looking at the bigger picture right here. I'm looking at a potential bigger trade right here, guys, which has a clear invalidation before $40,000, guys. And it is kind of aligning with the lower side of the Bollinger Band itself. Although we have a little bearish thing going on right here, which I don't really like, guys, which is going to be this crossover which happened to the downside, guys. Now, what Bitcoin has to do really is put in a 3-day candle right here above the upper Bollinger Band, and everybody's going to be happy, right? This is what Bitcoin really has to do above these price points right here. Just close the 3-day, just close a goddamn 3-day candle above 52,000, and then we can just confirm the fact that this is a higher low as a whole, as this entire reversal mechanism going on, and then we can have real risk management metrics below $40,000 Bitcoin, and then we can target 100,000 and beyond, guys. This is simple risk management, risk to reward, right? Now, if we just scale, if we just talk about the scale of things right here, these numbers are big, guys. The y-axis on Bitcoin has become really big, and guys, look, guess what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was very difficult for me to get into these numbers from y-axis into literally these numbers, guys. Holy crap, guys. To scale as a trader is also a skill, right? To scale in wealth is also a skill. To understand and adapt and function according to your landscape and your market dynamics is also a skill, guys, right? So know yourself better. Maybe these things will also make a lot of sense to you, and you'll be able to scale as well properly, guys. Just make use of the information that I'm giving you, guys. That's simply enough, right? Just don't blindly follow everything, although just don't do that, because use your own brains. It's going to be way more beneficial, to be honest with you. So guys, this is how the R&R ratio is looking like. The R&R ratio right here right now is going to be 5.7, and if you take it on the logarithmic charts, guys, you can see that the real price action could look crazy exponential. If we target a $300,000 Bitcoin, this is what it's going to look like. Holy crap. But if you talk about the logarithmic charts, I think, yes, this one, look guys, if you want to chart the long-term picture, do that on the logarithmic values. It's going to keep you grounded by at least some percentage, right? You're going to be grounded by some percent, and then you can make better decisions rather than just taking a look at this and be like, oh my god, what is going to happen? I don't have enough Bitcoin. I don't have Bitcoin. Oh my god, look guys, this is something which I used to go through, man. Holy shit, which is why I'm just making fun of that state of mind. And I think you should also make fun of FOMO, guys. Like, FOMO is something which can kill a lot of things. It can kill your equity as well, which is why just keep keep on making fun of this entire thing. It's actually funny, guys. The way FOMO and fear and all of these things work, it's actually funny, guys. I think everybody should take this entire situation lightly. And this entire, look, guys, the lighter you take FOMO as an emotion, the better outcome you will have in the market. That's also a fact. That's also for a fact. So this is how risk management is going to be looking like on Bitcoin for an up move all the way about $300,000, guys. And that could be a 10x again from the secondary accumulation phase, from $30,000 skating into 300,000. Could happen, could not happen. We could top out anywhere, guys. Look, we could top out anywhere, right? Which is why you should have exit strategies. For me, it's going to be at 2, 618, 314, 4236, and most part of the things I'm simply going to keep. Look, guys, most part of my trade is going to be a hodl. If it happens, mostly it is going to be a hodling behavior, right? It's not going to be pinpointing moves, guys. So essentially, I'm net long on Bitcoin. I would be interested in taking short-term positions on altcoins, right? Because, guys, if Bitcoin goes to $100,000, watch the amount of altcoins getting fucked back into Bitcoin, guys. Just watch, right? If Bitcoin goes beyond these levels, the dominance will simply keep on shooting. And which brings me on to a very key interesting, guys, just to conclude this one on the weekly time frame itself. I will not be talking about the small term price action on Bitcoin right here. I'm going to be simply jumping into 4-hour. Let's just say, guys, that the price action metric, the risk management is going to be below 47,000 as a whole. If we start seeing Bitcoin below 47,000, most likely Bitcoin needs to spend some time, and then we can talk about further continuation with the upside. That is something which the short term time frame is telling us, guys. This established base right here is going to be telling a lot of things, and your ultimate rejection low is going to be 44,000. If Bitcoin goes below 44,000, second warning, below 40,000, I don't think it's going to be a good choice to have a net long exposure in the market once again, guys. All right, so with that said, I have to talk about Bitcoin dominance and some pretty basic stuff. Guys. Pretty basic stuff right here. Okay, I'm going to simplify this thing for you in 2 zones, this one and this one right here. So what do I mean by this? Sell Ethereum here, buy Ethereum here. All right, sell it here, buy it here. I'm talking about Ethereum, guys. All right, so what I mean by this is that you buy altcoins. All right, sorry. You sell your altcoins right here at this zone where Bitcoin dominance is somewhere at 40 reads. That is where you sell your altcoins and you wait for Bitcoin to do its thing. And this is when you buy altcoins, right? This is buying point for altcoins. Bitcoin dominance going to 70 reads, 70, 60. Essentially, you start scaling into altcoins when Bitcoin's dominance is going to be beyond 60 reads, right? And essentially, you exit your altcoins against BTC onto 40 reads on dominance, guys. So this is a free alpha for all of you guys. So hit that like, free information everywhere. Hit that like and subscribe and bell and all those good things, guys. Maybe it just gives me a little bit of motivation and a little bit of push that you guys are having a real interaction with the content that I'm putting out, right? And let me know your thoughts and opinions about any shitcoin, any altcoin, any asset down in the comments, guys. I would certainly take a look at that in the next video, which is going to be coming out tomorrow, maybe in form of shorts, but the real stuff is going to be day after tomorrow itself, right? So yep, upload frequency has taken a hit. Yep, it's going to be happening. So yep, guys, so just to conclude that right here, that little fact, if Bitcoin dominance goes below 40 once again, that would essentially mean that maybe staying net long on Ethereum as a whole is going to be a good choice, guys. But until Bitcoin dominance is quite literally shaping out bullish from these levels, and if Bitcoin dominance slips and slides all the way towards these price points right here, guys, look, look, this is not a financial advice, but you could be regretting a bit about the fact that this was a clear-cut supply zone for altcoins for jumping back into Bitcoin, and you clearly missed it, and now simply running to the upside. Something like this, guys. Look, everybody knows this kind of price action. Let me draw it for you guys right here. So what happens is that the price action simply keeps on making higher highs, higher lows, and then one fine last push means a blow off top, which brings the price action, kills all of these lows for good, and then kind of gets reaccumulated. And then, guys, look, this is what happens in crypto assets. This is the price action which I like to call the price action pulling away from you. Essentially, all the steep projections are reaccumulated, and then they get rolling once again, guys, to the upside, right? So this is something which has been happening again and again on a lot of crypto assets, on Bitcoin as well. Now this happens essentially because of the supply demand mechanics on crypto assets, guys. Look, this is like a clear cut explanation as to why this price action is playing out again and again in the market. It is just your basic supply demand mechanics, right? Bitcoin is pretty much limited. We only have somewhat 16 point something million Bitcoin left in the world, guys, out of which mostly it is accumulated, guys. We don't have we don't have Bitcoin supply at all, man. Holy crap, people will be chasing second Bitcoin, but guys, look, 99% of the assets won't be able to outperform Bitcoin in the next 10 years, guys. Those 1% or those 0.1% crypto assets, some potentially life-changing protocol could do that. But the chances of nailing those kind of investments is pretty less, guys. It's pretty less. So as you see more and more probabilistic and probability and safety net kind of situation grows in our crypto assets as a whole, Bitcoin will simply keep on going to the upside, guys. Bitcoin will simply keep Bitcoin maximalism right here. Alright, guys, enough of Bitcoin maximalism. Let's jump on the real clear cut looking price action behavior coming from Cardano, guys. Look, before I begin the technical analysis in terms of the moving averages, let me just tell you what I'm expecting. But this could not happen, guys. Most likely Cardano could break out from this zone for real, because Bitcoin is trying to kill $50,000 suppliers, guys. Look, there are a lot of supply people sitting on $50,000. A lot of people are trying to sell, making it a resistance. But if Bitcoin actually pushes through 50,000 in a good bullish engulfing manner, go Bitcoin. That is when all these suppliers are going to sit in the sidelines, and holy shit, guys, those exact suppliers will be buyers again in the market, even pushing the. So guys, why is Bitcoin going to be going to the upside, like, I don't know, multifolding to the upside? Because, guys, all the short sellers also become the buyers, right? So everybody's buying with the fucking supply shock going on. It just keeps on happening like that, and Bitcoin just simply keeps on pushing to the upside, guys. Look, all of these thoughts, if you just keep on thinking about these things, they are going to be inducing a lot of FOMO in your brain. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that be aware of these things, and be aware of the fact that the FOMO around these things is going to be for real as well, right? So be aware of both the mindsets that you're going to be having down the line, guys, and try to capitalize on yourself. Have objectives, have clear-cut objectives in market. Do not let the fucking market disturb you, right? Be in your own zen. Guys, if trading was that easy, everybody would have been making crazy amount of money in the market, guys. Just believe me. Look, if you're new in the market, if it has been only a couple of months for you trading in the market, what it takes to be a real trader is something that you will learn out of the experiences which will come to you, guys. What I can do right here is I can sit and talk about my own experiences so that you can learn something from that, and maybe you don't repeat those things, right? And that could also work out, guys. That is also a strategy. Now, another strategy is that do opposite of whatever Peter Schiff is saying for crypto assets, right? Just simple. And if look, guys, this one thing that the moon, Carl from the moon, I think he said this he gave a very strong point, guys. I do remember this from 2019 or 20 itself. He said that if Peter Schiff thinks of buying Bitcoin, that is where I am going to be selling Bitcoin, guys. Look, Peter Schiff is the biggest fucking bear on Bitcoin, guys. He thinks about Bitcoin and crypto assets as a seller, right? He thinks of crypto assets as, I don't know, guys, he can't really comprehend, or maybe he's not willing to comprehend all these things, that how these technologies can actually scale, and he's not interested in all of that. So he's just simply shitting on Bitcoin and all of the people who made multifolds from Bitcoin. So maybe he could be bitter about things. Look, guys, it's just human nature. We have to be accepting of that. If Michael Saylor is coming in any podcast and talking about shit, literally not knowing anything, look, guys, it's just, you have to understand that maybe his intentions, maybe his intent about the entire crypto market is nice, right? But in that intent and in that euphoria, sometimes you lose your calm, sometimes you lose your cool, and you just free float here and there around without any fixed thought. Look, guys, the more random activities you do in the market, the more random results you will have. This one hits me hard, man. Holy shit. This one really hits me hard. The more random stuff you'll do, this will take in long position here, the more fucking random result. Sometimes you'll make money, sometimes you'll lose money. So guys, fixate yourself on the system, fixate yourself on the thought process. Don't be overwhelmed when you go for, I don't know, 100% gains in the market. Don't be overwhelmed by that, guys, because the very next trade can take that entire thing down, guys. This is a business. Money comes and goes. Money comes and goes. What you have to do is you have to stay slightly profitable, and you have to compound that over the long run, guys. This is, well, to be honest with you, if you are trying to play the long term game, this is one of the best strategy, guys. This is one of the proven strategy. You keep on compounding your stuff. This is actually not a weekend, and I'm talking about weekend pep talk stuff right here in this video. But anyways, guys, I hope all of you are getting value from this content and me rambling onto this mic and this fucking camera right here. I hope all of you are gaining some value, right? So my gut feelings, before I jump into the TA itself, my gut feelings tells me that something like this could happen on ADA. My gut feelings are telling me this because this is what crypto assets have done to me. But guys, is it going to tell me that I'm going to be waiting for this. I'm going to be waiting for this and I'm going to buy right here. No, guys, I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to be trading Cardano right here, I would be managing my risk in such a way that I am going to be completely fine losing money even if Cardano gets below this price point right here. Essentially, from these existing price points, I will have a risk tolerance of 15%. So I'm going to be fine before jumping into any position on Cardano, any long exposure on Cardano. I have to be fine about a potential 15% drawdown that could potentially happen from these exact price points. Although if Bitcoin is able to push through 52,000, 54,000, guys, it's a simple clear cut trade. It's a grinds resolution. First target right here, second target right here, third target is going to be beyond this one, guys, beyond the all-time highs. Most likely it's going to be taking Cardano at $3.2, $3.4, right? You know the deal, guys. Squeeze grinds. I can talk about ADA again and again, guys. This has been happening again and again. Squeeze grind. I'm not going to do that. Look, I'm not going to repeat that, but it's just fun. It's just simple fun to demarcate these obvious looking things. So a bigger squeeze, grind, and a bigger resolution to the upside, guys. Similarly, this is a good looking grind, guys. To be honest with you can look at this entire resolution from two perspectives right here. Me being on the, let's say, on a little, how do I say, guys? A little risk intolerant behavior. Essentially, guys, I'm going to be conservative right here, so I'm going to be taking this trend line under consideration, but you can draw this trend line like this as well, and you can talk about the fact that, oh my god, we did have multiple attempts on candle closures on a 12-hour basis above this price point, and this trend line as a whole, we were not able to do that. But with this candle and this trend potentially being set above the trend line, potentially you could manage your risk right here, and then you can target right here. So this brings me on to a point that this is a good looking piece of long exposure that you can have in the market, and maybe you can manage your risk below this price point and target your previous all-time high sitting at this levels, which is your 10. This is not, my intent is not to show you these kind of setups, guys. These opportunities, they do show up in the market, but you would have been exhausted longing every single drop down that you potentially don't have good equity left to long on Cardano on these levels, guys, which is why whenever a retail, look guys, separate yourself from the retail mindset, right? So whenever the retail trader is not even about thinking about buying crypto assets as a whole, that is when the market starts elevating. That is when the market starts actually pumping towards the upside, guys. That is when the retail is not even thinking about buying crypto assets as a whole, guys. But look. Now these things can vary. You can have multiple arguments on this fact and this statement as a whole. But guys, look, the overall landscape right here, the market dynamics right here, guys, is completely different, right? So we should not quite literally confuse brains with bull markets as a whole. But guys, look, to be honest with you, all the market participants that got wiped out, chopped out at $60,000 Bitcoin, those people are not even thinking about getting into Bitcoin right here. Or I guess, look guys, money does that to you. You can get better, you can get over it, and you can work upon yourself. So a lot of people, I do believe, lost a lot of money with the recent drop which happened in May for the most of the crypto assets as a whole, guys. And a lot of people are going to get bitter towards crypto assets, guys. These things, they do cause bearish sentiment and they join the bear cult. So don't let your emotions take over you guys. You are a trader right here in the market. You should understand bearish perspective and bullish perspective and act according to the market landscape, guys. Trading here is a business. It is not your fucking emotional stimulation going on, guys. So don't even treat trading like look, guys. Lot of you, if this is not a financial advice, but if a lot of you jump into this trade right here, and if this trade actually goes into these levels right here, yes, it's going to feel euphoric. Yes, it's going to be like, oh my god, I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius in the market right here. I will make infinite money and I'll scale infinitely. Guys, all of these things and thoughts will come to you if your position is going to be into profit, or if your long-term holdings are going to be in profit, right? These things will happen to you. But that does not mean that you're simply going to be swayed by this mindset. Don't get swayed by this mindset. Have that level-headed thinking. Look, this message is to all the people who are actively participating in the market mostly every single day, right? If you are there in the markets every single day, this message is for you guys. Just don't get overwhelmed by any gains that you're making in the small time frames, right? For investors, fucking buy and hold, man. What the fuck are you doing watching this 35-minute long video? Just buy and fucking hold crypto assets, guys. That is my little message to the investors. All right, so Atlas up next, guys. Now NFT. Now, why do I talk about Atlas? Sorry, now this is Automata. Atlas, guys. Atlas right here for you. So Atlas is crypto NFT gaming marketplace on Solana. So you saw what happened on Axie Infinity, guys. Axie Infinity almost making its way all the way to $200, but something which is happening on Solana could potentially also start picking up, as this sector, crypto gaming sector, has started picking up, which was led by Axie Infinity, guys, which was simply led by Axie Infinity, which could cause for, let's say, a momentum push coming on Atlas, Polis, and maybe other blockchain gaming metaverses as well, right? So guys, if you know any gaming metaverse on blockchain, leave your thoughts and opinions and comments down in the description. And if you know a good looking project, a blockchain gaming project, let me know that as well down in the comments, guys. I would be really amazing to check that out. I think it's a struggle as of now, because the market is not that matured. It's a struggle to figure out, let's say, real gaming projects which do have good looking potential, guys. So let me know down in the comments, and you can take this comment section as, I don't know, guys, playground of thoughts. So you can take a look at others' opinions as well. You can think about what other people are thinking. Have an open mindset, guys. Do not compete and do not fight against anybody else telling you something or doing something, right? So be okay. Just be open to everything. Keep on listening things, and ultimately act according to your own decision. Okay, so Atlas looking fine. Momentum has started blowing up. You'll be testing all-time highs, guys. Look, these patterns, they do come again and again in the market with this little push to the upside, this little echo wave to the upside, the bullish echo wave to the upside. We have most likely established a base right here. So your risk management is going to be below your 10 cents level on Atlas. And with that said, you're going to be targeting $1 and beyond, guys. Look, no, don't. You're not going to target that. So don't put your entire savings, entire stash into this stupid shit. Because, guys, it's, look, 20%, right? You jump in with your entire stash. On the next very fucking hour, you lose 20% of that stash. It's going to cause a little damage, and that's not a good behavior in the long term, guys. That is wrecked behavior. So stay away from wrecked behavior. Just jump in the money, jump into these markets with some amount of money that you don't have much concern about, right? Or maybe allocate something like 10-15% of your portfolio to this one. A lot of financial advices to you guys for free today, for free. So share this video, guys. Share as much as you can. There's just 50 of you, but yep, that makes me happy every single day, guys, to be honest with you. You guys, you 50 people, by this amount of time, I don't even know how many people are here. Most likely it's 2 or 3 of you who are watching this one, but my respect and my gratitude towards you, and a salute to you. You are a real champ. watching me ramble until the 37-minute mark. That's just crazy, guys. That's just crazy. But look, I'm pretty much passionate about these markets. I can simply talk about these assets, I don't know, guys, for 24 hours straight, right? I can just, because I have a pretty open brain about crypto assets, guys. Everything which is being fed into my mind that I just consume from Twitter, or maybe real activities, maybe making friends who are actually developing in the space as a whole. I just keep on learning new things, guys. This is blockchain industry, crypto industry as a whole. It's a pretty rewarding industry, guys. It allows you to truly unleash yourself, right? Money plus tech together. It's just money and tech together, guys. You have to have the best and the sharpest brain to survive long-term in crypto assets, guys. Long-term in crypto industry, right? So if you have made into crypto assets at this time right here, right now, yep, You have to pat yourself on the back, and you have to hold on to this thought, and you have to have that belief system around crypto assets. Okay, guys. Okay, so do we have anything to talk about? How did I forget about this? How did I forget about this? Holy shit, this video is probably going to be one of the longest videos coming from this channel. So Tezos right here, guys. Tezos on the moving average perspective is telling us clear things, right? It is telling us clear things. Most of the bullish waves come from the 200. Now, if I just get rid of, let's just say, guys, I have to keep down 55 in the 200 because of the golden cross, but mostly, guys, every single time you're looking at a price action accumulation happening somewhere at the 200 simple on the daily time frame itself, that is a good opportunity for long-term accumulation on Tezos, right? Now this one broke out of this entire reaccumulation which happened for about 3 to 4 months with the rest of the crypto market as a whole, and now we are just breaking past this one, guys, with crazy amount of volatility, guys. So this one, jumping into Tezos for a new position in the market, new exposure in the market, is not going to be a good choice as a whole, guys, because this one right here is going to be playing like fire. This, if you jump into long exposure on Tezos, this is simply equal to playing with fire, guys. This is high, man. This is crazy volatile, guys. You can see when this gets redlined, for example, this one as well, right here. If this one gets redlined, you have 50% volatility coming in on Tezos itself, guys. An asset which is backed by, I don't know, guys, how many tens of billions of dollars, goes by a 50 to 60% volatile behavior in the market. Now that is called playing with fire, guys. So manage your risk and exposure like that, because what I can tell you for a fact right here on these levels is that your first risk management is going to be below $7.2 levels. So if your daily starts closing below 7.2 as a whole, we could be testing this trend line once again, and we could be testing the 55 simple moving average once again, guys. But guess what? Your bigger part of the risk management, your main exit strategy from Tezos is below this one, guys, because we just set in a higher low right here. If we compare this one with the rest of the trend, we just set in a higher low right here, and we are bouncing off of this one, which is why you will be managing your risk and your market exposure on Tezos below $5.3 levels, guys, this entire leg to the upside. If you're wanting to jump into Tezos right here, this is not the right time, to be honest with you. So let this one consolidate right here. But just by the price action structure, this is going to be your risk management, guys. This is your ultimate risk management on Tezos itself. So what are your potential upside targets? Potential, guys. Remember, potential. Anything. Look, had we been silent in terms of the volatility onto these levels, then we could have extended our upside targets like crazy, guys. But this is which, look, this sort of signature on HV, historical volatility, is something which kind of kills my confidence by some, let's say, guys, buy some bit right here. So this really happens to me, and well, the 3-day RSI, to be honest with you, is in a super trend right here. It's above the 60 reads, but the daily is telling us that even if you jump into the trend, this bullish trend right here, it's going to just be very shaky, guys. This one is going to be very, very volatile and very, very shaky, right? And for me as a trader, for myself as a trader, it's not going to be in my comfort zone as a whole. But still, guys, we can certainly talk about the upside targets in terms of the price action historical context. So this COVID capitulation, all right, what's this? Okay, I think this was the COVID capitulation right here. Okay, so the first COVID capitulation had the retest of the 1272, guys, this level right here. All right, let me just draw it for you, guys. 1272 where was the point where you topped out. Second bullish wave coming from this entire accumulation zone took the price action towards 2618 almost, right? So if we can talk about this entire consolidation resolving to the upside, you can target this entire zone for Tezos, guys. Somewhere between 2618 and 1618 is going to be your $15 levels for Tezos as a whole, guys. This is something which trend is telling us. And look, if we just take away everything, if you just talk about the price action, just naked charting, guys, look, these downtrends, I'm talking about these nasty down moves, guys. These trends are just happening out of nowhere, right? Well, majorly, okay. I don't think it's going to happen right now, but I do feel that majorly these downtrends are being over accelerated by Bitcoin itself, right? So watching for Bitcoin's price action while staying exposed on Tezos is something which could make a lot of sense, guys, because these reversals can literally come out of nowhere, and you can talk about, I don't know, guys, 76% retracement coming down the line, right? So for this one also right here, guys, risk management is going to be alongside this trend line and essentially above this major higher low, which was at $5.2 to $5.5 levels, guys. That is going to be the ultimate risk management for Tezos. And with that said, as a risk management metric, you could potentially target a $15, $16 Tezos coming down the line, right? Guys, before I just simply slip my words and I'm not able to talk anymore for the rest of the day, I'm going to be winding up this video right here, right now. I hope all of you had a good time in this video, and if you did, hit that thumbs up, right? I will catch all of you in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.